Good morning everyone, welcome to The Point. In this video, we will be taking up a topic where we will be understanding what is the difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion. So first we'll start with what is tax avoidance. As the name suggests, you are avoiding tax. Tax avoidance, the name itself suggests that. See, tax avoidance means an attempt to reduce the tax liability through legal means, that is to regulate one's financial affair in such a way that one pays the minimum tax imposed by the law. So what you are doing is, in tax avoidance, you don't want to pay tax, or not even if say pay tax, you want to avoid tax to the maximum extent possible. Now, how will you avoid tax? So what you will do is, you will let's suppose, for an example, when our parents say ask us to do certain tasks, what we do is we give them different excuses, or maybe say that we are busy here and there, we have to do our homework, we have to attend our classes. So in the same is the case of tax avoidance. What we do is we invest our money in such a way and such a manner where the government doesn't ask tax for. For an example, we invest money in municipal bonds, or let's say deductions under Income Tax Acts section 80A and 80D, where if you invest or buy government papers or government securities, so it is considered as tax free and you don't have to pay tax on the money you have spent in buying the government securities. For example, your income is rupees 100. Okay, now government will come and ask 10% tax on this rupees 100. Now what you can do is, to reduce your tax liability, you can invest say 50. There's certain limit up to which the tax is not taken. So let's suppose if you invest rupees 50 in government securities, so now what is left with you is rupees 50. Now government will charge 10% on this rupees 50, which will come rupees 5. Earlier, how much you were paying? You were supposed to pay rupees 10. Now by diverting your money in government securities or anything which the government is consider tax free, you are reducing your tax liability from 10 to 5. In this, the legal methods are used to minimize the amount of income tax owned by an individual or a business. This is generally accomplished by claiming as many deductions as I told you under Income Tax Act, and there are several other acts where you can claim deductions and credits as are allowable. It may also be achieved by prioritizing investment that have tax advantages, such as buying tax-free municipal bond. So every country offers different sets of investment which is considered tax free. You can invest your money there and you can reduce your tax liability. So now what is this tax evasion? Evasion is something which is illegitimate. So government, you are supposed to pay tax to the government for the facilities the government provide. Let's suppose there is road, there is electricity, and there is development in the city. So government, how does the government does this expenditure? It is via the tax you pay to them. Now what tax evasion is, you don't want to pay any money to the government. You want to keep that to you, or you want to divert that money to such places, or to hide or conceal your money that the government doesn't ask tax for, or you doesn't come under the bracket of paying tax. Let's suppose your income is 100, okay, but you are showing that you are not reporting this income. That could be the first case, that you are not showing it, you're not filing the income tax return. So this for the government, you are not earning anything, so they will not come and collect tax. Other way could be, let's suppose if your income is 100, you are showing that to earn this income your expenses incurred was 90, so actually just 10 rupees is what is left with you. Again, this 10 on this 10, so on this 10 only the government will come and ask the income tax, whereas your income was rupees 100, but you overinflated your expenses and show them that it is rupees 90, whereas in actual there was no expenses and you had 100 as your whole income. Next, what you can do is, another way of diverting your income is you are you are sending the money to tax havens. So now tax havens is such a place where the tax rate is very low or it is just not there. For example, it is Mauritius is a tax haven, or Bahamas is there, Cayman Islands are there. So these are tax havens. What you can do is you can direct your money to these islands or to these places, and you don't have to pay tax over there. And here in the country, the where you have earned the money, you can show that we have not earned anything. So government will not come and ask for any tax over it. So now this is tax evasion. And this is something illegitimate. You are not paying the dues which the government the government has a right to collect it from you. So tax evasion, on the other hand, is using illegal means to avoid paying taxes. Usually tax evasion involves hiding or misrepresenting income. So you were earning 100 but you are showing it 50, or maybe you are inflating your expenses, so you are hiding it, misrepresenting income. This is done by underreporting income, inflating expenses without. So let's suppose somebody is into business of let's suppose trading of, it could be anything. Let's suppose if a person is having a ration shop, okay, but is selling goods without any bill. So there is no record of sales at the end of the day. So that person can show as much income as he wants to, because there is no bill that he is generating, and there is no GST that is being levied. So everything is off the records. So what you are doing is you are hiding or not reporting the cash transaction, hiding money in offshore accounts. So tax avoidance is a crime punishable by law, and as one is not paying the dues which the government is authorized to collect, as I have explained you. Now we'll take quickly the difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion, which is tax avoidance is, as I told you, you are avoiding it to the best extent possible. How? By investing your money in the legitimate sources where the government consider it tax free. So minimization of tax liability by taking such means which do not violate the tax rule. So everything which you do is under the purview of tax laws only. But in case of tax evasion, you're reducing the liability by using illegal ways. So that is known as tax evasion. Now the concept, taking advantage of the shortcoming in the tax laws. So you are see, every law in every country has certain loopholes. It is on you to identify it. So just don't think that I'm teaching you wrong means. It's just that I am telling you, I'm making you aware, as there are loopholes in every law. So you are taking the advantages of it. Okay. Now this tax evasion is deliberate manipulation in accounts resulting in fraud. Like that 100 is your income but you're reporting it as 50. Which type of means is used? Justified means, okay, and such means that are forbidden by law. Happened when it is before the occurrence of tax liability. So you have earned the income, you're spending it in the municipal bonds or government securities or GSEC or the treasury bills. So it is before the tax liability arises, you are investing the money, so automatically your income will reduce to 70 or whatsoever it is, and then on this you have to pay the tax. In case of this, it is after the tax liability arises. So now the tax liability on 100 has arisen, that is rupees 10. Now what you are showing it to the government, see, the claim which you are asking is not right, because to earn this 100 my expenses were 90, or you have diverted this money, that showing that, oh, I don't have such money, I have not earned such money, so I am not liable to pay tax. That is what you do in tax evasion. So the type of act, it is legal and is criminal or illegal, and consequences of this is you are just deferring the tax liability or reducing it, and in case of tax evasion you have to pay the penalty in case you are caught by the government that you are evading the tax out of the country, or you are just evading, you are not paying whatever the liability arises. So I hope the concept is clear as to what is avoidance and evasion. Avoidance is you are paying the tax but you're reducing the amount by the legitimate means, and evasion is you are not paying the tax altogether, or you are showing it in such a way that the liability doesn't arise on you. So this is all for the today's video. Thank you much.